Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, we successfully complete our sign up portion. So right now we already sign up with our new user as a Kazi and the kazi@gmail.com, right? So here also there is a password. So now in this video, I want to discuss about that logout portion. And for the logout portions here, we don't need to display some of the page, like we don't need to display some of the component in particular that areas. Okay, so here first of all, I want to do that work. Like if you go to our project, so right now we don't need this. So here that is user, we don't need this. App also we don't need this. I just remove everything from here. Okay, so I just simply remove it. There is a logging, there is a home, we also don't need this. So for the logout, first of all, I want to create one of the page. So here I want to create one of the component. In our components there is a auth. So here I just simply open it, click on the save as, and I just name it as a logout. Okay, I just name it as a logout.view, one of the page. So right now from our forget, so I just simply copy everything from here, and now in a logout I just simply paste it. Here we don't need anything, so here better I want to do PHP. So here I only want to take the template. You don't need anything because here I have to define that all the things in our script area. So for the logout, now I want to create one of the routes. So here I want to create one of the route better after this. Okay, I want to put some of the note as a and authentication. Okay, I just simply define as a and authentication. So here I just simply copy it, and now here I just simply paste it. So for the logout, I want to define one of the logout. Okay, I just simply define as a logout, and also in our component, in our auth, I have created one of the logout.view, and then for the logout, I also want to take another one. So I just simply copy it, and then our path will be as a logout. Okay, our path will be as a logout, and then component will be logout, and the name for this URL I just simply define as a logout. Perfect. So here I define our path, and also I load our component, in particular that position. So that is our logout. So now we have to define our logout. Like if you go to our logout component, into the logout component, so first of all, when you click as a logout, okay, when you click as a logout, first of all, what exactly which method will be started? So if you, as I told you before, by default, if you use that mount, the mount method or the created method, these two of this method will be loaded first, right? So here I want to create one of the method first. So if you want to define that method, first of all, you have to export that, right? So we have to export it. So here we did that same things. If you go to that logging, into the logging, here you can see we first of all we have to define that export it, and then our created method. So now I just simply copy it, and here I just simply define our export default, and we have to finish it. Okay, so now we have to finish it, and now first of all I want to run our created method. So I just simply define as a created. So I think friend, you already know about it. I have discussed about that things with you. So our created method will be load fast. So for the reasons here, I define our created method, and into the created method, I want to remove all that item. I want to remove, like when you logged in, they have the two elements. Like if you go to the impact element, if you go to our application, into the applications here, you can see they have the two things. One is our token, and also another is our user, right? So there is the two things I want to remove it. So I define that same things in our user. Maybe in our user, if you go to our helper, into the helper, there is our user, right? So into the user, that is our, I remove it from not here. If you go to the token, into the token, that is also not here. In our app storage, into the app storage, here you can see here I defined that as one of the method, as a clear method. So with this clear method, I want to clear that means the remove item from the token, and also from our local storage I want to remove item from the user, right friend? So as I told you before, if you now click on the clear all, then automatically it should be redirected to our logging page, right? So now if you want to access that logging, like I just want to access that logging page, now you can see you cannot access it because of all they have already one of the token, and also they have also one of the user, right? If you click on the clear all, and now if you go to here and click on the enter, now you can see now it's totally clean. For the reasons you can access our this logging, right? So when you logged in, so right now I'm logged in. When you logged in, automatically our token and the admin is now generated. So what exactly we have to do? We have to just simply clean it, right? For the reasons here, I have already created one of the method as a clean method. So from our local storage, that means that is in our local storage, you can see that is actually a local storage. Into the local storage, our this token and the user is saved. That means that's all that value. So now I want to do from our local storage, I want to remove item, the token, and also from our local storage, that is a remove item, I also want to remove that user. Right, friends? So I think it's pretty much easy for you right now. So I just simply copy two of this. Go to our logout. So when our this created method will be started, first of all, I want to remove our token and also remove our user, all that value. And after that, if you also want to visible some of the message, that means our sweet alert. So we have also defined that things. Like if you go to our logging again, go to view. So here I want to use our toaster. So for the toaster, we use it. I want to fire it. Like you can see that is our toaster, and also there is a fire. So now I just click on the save, copy it. There is a toaster fire as icon success and some of the message. So I just simply copy it. And when it will be removed, then first of all, I want to run our toaster. This toaster will be fire with the icon as a success icon, and also title will be display as a logout. Okay, so it should be displayed as a logout successfully. So logout successfully, this type of message will be visible. Perfect, friend. I think it's very much clear to you. And when it should be log out, that means when it should be log out from to this position, where exactly it should be redirected? It should be redirected simply to our logging page, right? And for the logging page, I have already defined of the route, and for the logging page, I have already defined the route name as this one, right? So that is our home route URL. So here I want to redact it. So if you want to redact that, then what exactly you have to do? We did the same things in our logging. It should be redirected to our this router. Into the router I want to push one of the name. So I just simply copy it, and now here after this it should be redirected to our this router. So with this you have to define it, and then I just define our push method name. It should be redirected to our logging, and for the logging I have defined that route. So our route name as a slash. So I just simply copy it, and now here I just simply paste it. So friend, I think every line should be very much clear to you, right? So now I just simply click on a save all, check our component. Yeah, it's perfect. They have no error. So now we have to define one of the link, right? That means here I want to define that link for the logout. So that is in our home blade, that means in our welcome page. So if you go to our that is our view, into the view, that is our welcome blade. So we have to find out appropriate this file location. So that is the file. So you can see that is the logout portion. So that is our main, that is our name is displayed. That means here it is now display that name. So friend, as I told you before, this theme is not supported with our this JS. For the reasons our this drop down is not visible. So don't worry, better I want to take that name. So here I simply define that name as a logout. Okay. So literally after end of this, I will try to find out that solution. So right now I want to add that one of the name. So here, if you want to display that name, what exactly you have to do? You have to display in that things with our link, right? So we have to define that our v link. So if you want to use that router link, that what exactly you have to do? So here, better I want to display as a route link. That means the router link. Okay, router and the link. So I just simply define that router link, and here I define the router link to our which location. It will be redirected to our logout. So for the logout, I have already created another route, that is actually the logout, right? So I just simply copy it, and now here I define as a router link to this one. And also you have to finish it. That means here I just remove that span, and here I just simply finish it. So friend, now let's check this out. I just click on the save all. And now if you refresh it again, yeah, you can see it's now showing as a logout. So for the logout, I have defined that link. So here I define our router link, and outer link to the our logout method. That means if it should be redirected to our logout method, right? Here that is our logout. Into the logout I just defined that component as a logout view, and into the logout method I have already defined on the created. So that is a created method will be run first. Into the created method it should be remove all that our token and the user, and also after that it should be display some of the message, and then it should be redirected to our home, that means our logging page. So now let's check this out. I just click on the save all, check our compile. Yeah, they have no error. So now I just refresh it again. Okay, I just refresh it again. Now I just click on the logout. Yes, you can see, friend, without loading that page, now it successfully displayed that message as a logout successfully. Our value is to value, that means the token, and the user is gone from here, that means from our local storage, and also now it's redirected to our logging page. That means our every part is now successfully working, right? So here every part is now successfully working, friend. So now I think you can well understand about it. So right now if you want to log in with that appropriate email address and password, it's now showing sign in successfully. Click on the logout, it's successfully logged out. But right now you can see I'm using that things with our sidebar and also the header. So here I have to prevent it. So first of all, there only that our logging portion will be visible. After that logging, our this part, that means sidebar and header part, should be visible, right? So when you logged in successfully, after that logging, our everything should be visible. So we have to define that part, and after that there is our logout. So friend, I think it's very much clear to you. We successfully created our logout portion, and now it's perfectly logout, right? So we successfully did that work. So next video I want to discuss about that part. That means here that is our sidebar, that is our header. So logging page, register page, for the forget password page, for every pages I don't want to display our this sidebar and the header part. After that logging, that user can access this sidebar and the header part. So how can do that work? Next video I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.